Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. The Malevolent Mosaic. In a quiet town of Eldritch Hollow, nestled between dense woods and rolling hills, lived a reclusive artist named Evelyn Hart. She was known for her avant-garde creations, but her latest masterpiece, the Malevolent Mosaic, would soon thrust her into a nightmare she could never have imagined. Evelyn had an unexplainable fascination with shattered glass. She roamed through abandoned buildings and collected fragments of broken windows and mirrors. Her studio, a crumbling mansion on the outskirts of town, was filled with an assortment of glass pieces in various shapes and colors. One fateful night, inspired by an otherworldly force that seemed to whisper in her ear, she decided to create a mosaic that defied the laws of art. As she meticulously arranged the shattered pieces, a sinister energy seemed to pulse through the room. The glass began to move of its own accord, forming patterns that were both beautiful and grotesque. Eyes seemed to follow anyone who dared to gaze upon it, and shadows danced within its depths. The Malevolent Mosaic had a life of its own. Evelyn was entranced by her creation, unable to tear herself away. Days turned into nights, and nights into days as she toiled endlessly on her masterpiece. She stopped sleeping and eating, consumed by the malevolent force that emanated from the mosaic. Her once vibrant eyes dulled, and her once nimble fingers now trembled with an unnatural energy. The townspeople began to notice the changes in Evelyn. She became a spectral figure, her presence haunting the mansion day and night. Rumors spread of the cursed mosaic, and those who dared to venture near the mansion claimed to hear whispered voices and see ghostly apparitions in the windows. One by one, the townspeople fell victim to the malevolent force. Nightmares plagued their sleep, and a suffocating darkness enveloped Eldritch Hollow. The once thriving community withered, its streets empty, and its buildings in decay. Evelyn, lost in the grip of the mosaic's power, could no longer distinguish between reality and the eldritch dreams that tormented her mind. She wandered through the mansion like a wraith, her gaunt face illuminated only by the eerie glow of the malevolent mosaic. As the darkness spread, a group of brave souls from the neighboring towns decided to confront the source of the malevolence. Armed with ancient knowledge and a determination to break the curse, they entered the forsaken mansion. The air inside was thick with an otherworldly energy. The mosaic, now a swirling vortex of shattered glass, seemed to pulse with malevolence. The brave souls realized that the only way to save the town was to destroy the cursed creation. As they approached, the mosaic fought back. Whispers turned to wails, and shadows manifested into grotesque shapes that twisted and contorted. The very fabric of reality seemed to unravel as they battled the malevolent force. In a final act of desperation, Evelyn, the once talented artist now reduced to a mere vessel for the mosaic's darkness, pleaded with the brave souls to spare her creation. But they knew that the only way to break the curse was to shatter the malevolent mosaic. With a resounding crash, the mosaic exploded into a million shards. The force that had gripped Eldritch Hollow for so long dissipated, leaving behind a chilling silence. The mansion, once a haven for darkness, crumbled into ruins. The brave souls emerged from the wreckage, their faces marked by the horrors they had witnessed. The town slowly began to recover, but Eldritch Hollow would forever bear the scars of the malevolent mosaic. As for Evelyn, she was never found among the ruins. Some claimed she had become one with the shattered glass, forever condemned to wander through the eldritch dreams that had consumed her. The malevolent mosaic had claimed its final victim, leaving behind a tale of horror that would be whispered in hushed tones for generations to come. Years passed, and Eldritch Hollow struggled to shake off the lingering shadows of the malevolent mosaic. The town slowly began to rebuild, but the scars of the supernatural ordeal were etched into the very fabric of the community. The mansion, once a place of artistic inspiration turned cursed ruin, stood as a solemn reminder of the malevolence that had nearly consumed them all. Yet the horror was far from over. One stormy night, a group of adventurous teenagers, drawn by the allure of the supernatural and fueled by tales of the malevolent mosaic, decided to explore the decaying mansion. Armed with flashlights and a daring curiosity, they cautiously stepped over the debris that once housed Evelyn's unholy creation. As they ventured deeper into the ruins, a cold wind whispered through the broken windows, carrying with it an unsettling presence. The air seemed to thicken, and the distant echoes of wailing voices filled the void. Unbeknownst to the teenagers, remnants of the malevolent force still lingered, hungry for new souls to ensnare. In the heart of the mansion, where the Malevolent Mosaic had once thrived, they discovered a hidden chamber. The walls were adorned with fragments of shattered glass, eerily resembling the remnants of Evelyn's creation. At the center of the room lay a small, unassuming shard, the last vestige of the cursed mosaic. Intrigued and ignorant of the town's dark history, one of the teenagers reached down and picked up the glass shard. The moment it touched their hand, the air crackled with energy, and the temperature plummeted. The once silent whispers grew louder, merging into an unholy chorus that seemed to beckon the group into the shadows. As the shard was raised, the very essence of the Malevolent Mosaic began to reform. Shattered pieces gathered, twisting and turning, weaving a nightmarish tapestry that mirrored the original creation. The teens watched in horror as the glass took on a sinister life of its own. The eldritch dreams of Evelyn were born in a malevolent dance. Panicking, the group attempted to flee, but the room seemed to warp and shift, trapping them in an otherworldly maze. The walls pulsated with the same dark energy that had once consumed Evelyn, and the very air seemed to choke the life out of them. The malevolent force, hungry for new victims, reached out with spectral tendrils, ensnaring the terrified teenagers. Each one was pulled into the swirling vortex of glass, their agonized screams swallowed by the eldritch void. The Malevolent Mosaic, once shattered, had found a way to reclaim its power. Back in Eldritch Hollow, the townspeople awoke to a familiar darkness. The air felt heavy, and the ominous whispers returned, echoing through the once silent streets. The ruinous mansion, thought to be nothing more than a decaying memory, stood once again as a malevolent force, its shattered pieces weaving nightmares into reality. The curse of the Malevolent Mosaic had not been broken, it had merely evolved. As the town grappled with a new wave of horror, the legend of Eldritch Hollow took on a new chapter, whispered in the chilling winds that swept through the forsaken streets, a tale of shattered glass, eldritch nightmares, and a force that refused to be extinguished. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.